How's it going, guys? Welcome back. Today we got some big trade news to do some reviewing on, and that features the Winnipeg Jets and the New York Rangers. As most of us have already heard, Jacob Trouba going to the New York Rangers for Neil Pionk and a first-round draft pick. Ever so coincidentally, that Winnipeg Jets first-round draft pick that they traded over to the Rangers in the first place to rent out Kevin Hayes there for 2 months. So Rangers are probably looking at it like, okay, we gave up Pionk. Bye. See you later. And that was pretty much it because they didn't get Kevin Hayes back. So they really didn't lose nothing for Trouba. They kind of broke even losing Pionk. And go and looking at it that way from the Rangers, they did an excellent job. Now, from the Winnipeg Jets standpoint, here's my thing with this. And this is the reason I was like, you know what? They did what they had to do. They had to get rid of the draft, or they had to get something for Trouba. But what I didn't realize as much was the Jets kind of tied their own hands here. They had all these teams interested in Trouba, but then they went out and said, you know what, you can't talk to him now. We don't want you talking to him about an extension. And that kind of kills a player's trade value, because that means none of these teams know if he wants to go with them for more than 1 year, if he's going to sign a 1-year contract with them, or if he's going to sign that 8-year contract with them. If they know they can get 8 years out of him, all of a sudden they might think he's worth more than, you know, getting that 1-year rental out of him, of course. But it is still, it's kind of light, because here's the thing I think about, and this is right what I think of right away. Matt Duchene, Columbus. Now, Trouba's obviously not a Duchene, but I mean, from a trade perspective, you want to look at the offseason, they're saying Trouba was the top defenseman on the market here in the offseason as far as being traded and dealt. Kind of like Duchene was come trade deadline time as guys being traded and dealt. And we're hearing a lot of talks that Trouba over here, he's going to slot in over there on the Rangers first line. Now, if that happens, we'll see. First line defenseman, you can't go wrong there. And we're hearing a lot of talks, at least I've been reading up and seeing that Trouba is going to get close to $7 million a year. That's pretty good defenseman money, and he was a great defender this year. He dropped 50 points. Might be kind of surprising to some people. He dropped 50 points. He had a great season. So I go back to that Duchene thing, and I wonder, it's like, wow, the Blue Jackets gave up a first-round draft pick for Duchene. Obviously a meh one, kind of like the Winnipeg Jets when they're getting back here. But the thing the Blue Jackets also did that the Jets didn't do, and this is kind of why I'm starting to think the Jets did make a pretty big mistake here, is they didn't put in compensation or an added pick if he signs with the Rangers. That would have been the route I think you should have taken, is if he signs an extension with the Rangers, we also, yeah, even if it's a second-round pick, a second-round pick if he signs an extension, or a first-round pick if he signs an extension, then all of a sudden, you're like, you know what, that's a lot better, because now if he does sign with them, he extends, you get more of that. But that was the thing that happened, though. They didn't let teams talk to Trouba about, Trouba's camp, whatever you want to call it. Trouba camp is the way they refer it. Trouba's agent. Let's be fair here. Trouba's agent, friend. Hey, agent, you want to stay here? Absolutely not. Okay, we'll talk to the next team type of deal going on here, right? So when they take that away, that all of a sudden, all those teams are going to run away scared, and all of a sudden, you go from Trouba being worth all of this in the world, because there's 10 teams that are like, I'll take Trouba. Oh, of course, we'll take Trouba. We're all interested. And all of a sudden, you're like, you know what? No. You can only have him for 1 year, and you're not going to talk to him until he's on your team. And all of a sudden, that scares teams away, because nobody wants to give away, 2 first-round draft picks, or a first-round draft pick and a good young prospect, and so on and so forth, for a guy they don't know if they're going to get for more than 1 year. Throw in the fact that teams know that the Jets got to move somebody. They got to free up cap space. So, they don't have any leverage from that department either. It's not like they say, oh, we don't even want to deal. Don't even worry about it. Either you pay us way too much or we're not making a deal. No, that doesn't work, because teams knew they had to move somebody to free up the cap space. For a team that's rebuilding to make that trade for him, they think they're making a good deal on this one. Like, when you almost think that as a Jets GM, like, hang on a second. A non-playoff team is inquiring us about Trouba, and they're completely fine with this trade deal. You almost would think, like, wow, if they're willing to go, if they're willing to rebuild by giving away their future for one of our players in a rebuilding quote-unquote phase, maybe we're not getting enough back in return. That's not the point. This is what interests me about this trade. Whether they're, the Rangers won or the Jets won, whatever you want to say, maybe that first-round draft pick ends up being a good one this year, and it looks, looking back, Trouba doesn't sign with the Rangers. But this is what interests me about this. Trouba, they say $7 million a year for Trouba, okay? Now, that would leave the Rangers with $12 million cap space if they give him $7 million a year. Now, albeit that does fluctuate around, they're going to have guys off the books a couple years down the road, everything else like that. But you look at that, let's just play hypothetical here. They're going to have $12 million cap space this year. And you're going to have to sign, or they got Buchnevich, and I don't know, they got 4 or 5 guys that are RFAs that are going to get paid, right? So maybe you throw, I don't know, 4 or 5 mil, maybe 6 mil to those RFAs, and all of a sudden you're talking about 6, 7, maybe 8 million cap space, and then you start to wonder, if you're a Ranger fan and you really, really wanted Artemi Panarin, Is it gonna happen now? Can they still make Panarin work after signing? If Trouba gets $7 million, that's saying he doesn't just sign some steal of a deal. I mean, he's getting $5.5 million this year is what he got or whatever, right? So if he doesn't somehow get $7 million a year and he gets something less than that, and they give him, I don't know, $5 million a year, 5.5, then all of a sudden different story a little bit. But Panarin would have to take like a $2 million discount going to the Rangers. That guy's hitting open market. Let's be completely frank. It might sound crazy. Panarin's getting $11 million in open market. Let's be fair here. Unless it really does weigh on where he wants to play. But even then, you looked at Tavares last year. He wanted to play in Toronto, and he still got paid $11 million a year. But the market for Panarin, as far as, because he's a free agent, it's going to be pretty expensive. He's probably going to get overpaid because he's in a free agent market. So it makes you wonder if they're going to get Panarin. What do you Ranger fans think about that? Panarin might be going to Florida. Panarin might come back to Columbus. Now we can dream, boys. That is dreaming right there. But let's go ahead and take a look at this trade one last time. We'll see what EA thinks. It looks pretty fair. To be fair, Rangers giving up less according to EA, the looks of it there. Let's go ahead and send it. Let's go ahead and send it. Trade rejected. Okay, never mind. The Rangers aren't getting more. I lied. The Rangers and EA says not going to happen. Nope, we don't want Trouba. You keep your smelly Trouba. We'll keep our smelly first-round draft pick. See you guys later. But as for this video, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'd love to hear you guys' thoughts on the Trouba trade. As always, thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next time.